Yeah, 1 second. Sorry about that. Heck yeah. I am just chilling right now. I just wanted to go over this book. I will be right back. I'm gonna go lower the heat quick. Okay, I'm back. Um, yeah, this book, Rule by Secrecy, it is really awesome. I got it quite some time ago. I think I was about 15 maybe? Yeah, about then. Me and my buddy were at a Barnes and Noble. He was in, yeah, he was into that whole, got into that whole Mayan calendar thing. So he was buying book on that, and I was buying books on this. It's really cool. I'll try and zoom this better. The hidden history that connects the Trilateral Commission, the Freemasons, and the Great Pyramids. Uh, Also, I will just read some of the chapters. It has a Illuminati quote, I believe. Oh no, I think there was one in here. But introduction, a question. I'll lower this. Introduction, a question of conspiracy. Rule by the few, a view from the few. Looking back at remembering that now, those are two very interesting chapters. Rule by the few, a view from the few. That's interesting. Then we have Part 1, Modern Secret Societies, the Trilateral Commission, Council on Foreign Relations, Bilderbergs, Rockefellers, Morgans, Rothschilds. Secrets of Money in the Federal Reserve System. Empire Building. That's a really good chapter. Talks about how the Rothschilds pretty much built things through the banks and how they manipulated money through the banking industry and the loans they took out. The Royal Institute of International Affairs roundtables. Rhodes and Ruskin, Skull and Bones, tax-exempt foundations and alphabet agencies. It's news to us, and some commentary. And then we have, in part 2, the fingerprints of conspiracy. Report from Iron Mountain, Persian Gulf, who pays the tab? Pretty much we do. Vietnam and how that started, and why that started, the whole conspiracy behind that. Very interesting. JFK opposed globalist, all the way with LBJ, trading with the enemy. That was a very interesting chapter. I haven't read this book in a very long time, but trading with the enemy, that's a very interesting chapter. Korea, I'll have to read that. Rise of the Nazi cult. That talks about there was the cult inside the Nazi order where they definitely believed that they were the Aryan race and etc. etc. Like, or that they were the chosen race and Hitler was an angel sent from God, etc. A whole bunch of craziness. Ugh. Theosophists, Thulists, and other cultists. The leader arrives. Hitler's support Hitler's support group is known as Brown Shirts, aka Antifa. I'll have to read that and see what it says in there. Hitler's fortune turns, Japan against the wall, World War II, business as usual, World War I, a stimulus for war, the Russian Revolution, the rise of communism, then more commentary. Ah, come on, phone. Part 3, Rebellion and Revolution, War Between the States, Secret Society Agitation, Preemptive Strikes, the Anti-Masonic Movement, the French Revolution. The French Revolution was insane. Jacobins and Jacobites, Sir Francis Bacon and the New Atlantis, the American Revolution. We have the Illuminati, Freemasonry, Count Saint Germain and other magicians, Masonic plots, Freemasonry versus Christianity, Rosicrucians, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, commentary, and part 5, or part 4 I mean, Elder Secret Societies, Knights Templar, Assassins, Templar Bankers and Builders, Cathars, the Abolitionist Crusade, the Templars' demise, the priority of Sion, Merovingians, a far-reaching web, and then more commentary. Then here's some Ancient Mysteries, Part 5. This is interesting topics here. We have the Road to Rome, the Kabbalah, Ancient Secrets and Mysteries, Was There More to Moses, All Roads Lead to Summer, the Anunnaki, Floods and Wars. I read Floods and Wars. That was really interesting. But yeah, I want to start picking out chapters of this book and just reading them. Very good book by Jim Marrs. Rest in peace, Jim Marrs. It's too bad how he passed away. I like how Alex Jones, on that day when he passed away, he was playing some Jim Marrs clips and everything. Respect to that. But yeah, this is a really good one. And then I'm just gonna turn the screen around a little quick. Yo! Like, yeah, I need a new haircut. I don't know, they messed up my hairline or something. This book right here is really good. It's also by Jim Marrs. The Rise of the Fourth Reich. The secret societies that threaten to take over America. I'll read the chapters out of this book too. Oh wow. What is this? Oh, my handwriting. I'm gonna have to read this. Fascism will be defined as the merger of state and corporate power. In modern America, corporations have gained control over the state. The world's elite deal in only one commodity, power. They seek to gain and maintain the controlling power that comes from great wealth, usually gained through the monopoly of ownership over basic resources. Politics and social issues matter little to the globalist ruling elite who move smoothly between corporate business and government service. The same financial powers that built the United States into the world's foremost superpower also created communism. Skull and Bones fraternity on the campus of Yale University, known variously as Chapter 322, the Road of Death, or the Brotherhood of Death. The order, or more popular as Skull and Bones, or simply Bones. The order was brought from Germany to Yale in 1832 by General William Huntington Russell and Alphonso Taft. It is possible that the United States is indeed becoming the Fourth Reich, the continuation of philosophy of National Socialism, thought to have been vanquished more than half a century ago. Such a concept may seem absurd to those who cannot see the past in rose-colored spin, hype, and disinformation poured out daily by the corporate mass media, most of which is owned by the same families and corporations that supported the Nazis before World War II. Younger generations cannot understand the analysis of differences between fascism, corporate power. Oh, I'm going to read that. Younger generations cannot understand the nuances, or what was my spelling there? Okay, anyways, I'm gonna go back. I'll read that last part. Cannot understand the, I'll skip that word of the differences between fascism, corporate power, democracy, and democratic republic. Pretty much what I was saying there at the end, I guess, is the younger generation does not know the difference between fascism, corporate power, democracy, democratic republic. I'll read the chapters. I read this book and wrote notes when I was like 15, and I hated the Bush administration. So who knows if what I was writing. Chapter 1, The Hidden History of the Third Reich. The New Reich begins. The strange case of Rudolf Hess. Nazi wonder weapons. A treasure trove. The writing on the wall. Part 2, The Reich consolidates. The rat lines. That's a good chapter, the rat lines. A very good chapter. Project Paperclip in the Space Race. Nazi Mind Control. Business as Usual. Kennedy and the Nazis. I'll have to read that. Rebuilding the Part 3, The Reich Ascendant. Rebuilding the Reich American Style. Guns, Drugs, and Eugenics. Religion, Education, Psychology, and Public Control. Last one, Propaganda. This is a very good book. I've got a lot of stuff. I studied this one like crazy when I was a kid. Oh, okay. Wow. Many thousands of ranking Nazis came to the United States under a previously classified program called Project Paperclip. Many other Nazis and war criminals set up shop in a variety of other nations, and many traveled on passports issued by the Vatican. They brought with them miraculous technology such as the V-2 rockets, but they also brought with them Nazi ideology. This ideology, based on the Illuminati premise The end justifies the means, includes unprovoked war of aggression and curtailment of individual liberties, and has gained sway in the land of the free and the home of the brave. Ranking Nazis along with their young and fanatical protégés use the loot of Europe to create corporate front companies in many countries, including Spain, Portugal, Sweden, Turkey, and Argentina. More than 200 fronts were created just in Switzerland. The banking hub that continued to handle Nazi money before, during, and after the war. Utilizing this stolen wealth of Europe, which may have included the legendary treasure of Solomon, men with both Nazi backgrounds and Nazi mentality wormed their way into corporate America, slowly buying up, consolidating companies into giant multinational conglomerates. They met little resistance from corporate leaders who had supported them in previous years and could not resist the temptation of obscene profits. Nor were they checked by others who had gained fearful over the communist threat. In time, they all became partners in a new version of America. Oh no, just some good stuff right here. Oh man, this good stuff of how America's just being rerun, like in this book. Sorry about that. You just seen my salad there that I had eaten. In the book, it explains how the Third Reich, what they did wrong is that they excluded all the races. The New World Order, the new Reich wants to embrace all races, control them all, keep them in one area, control everyone, and use depopulation means through, like earlier tonight in chats we were all talking, like Africa, they set up AIDS in Africa, they set up viruses in Africa, and they use Africa, continent of Africa, as a test project on those people. It's very sad, very sick, very evil and demented. I wish we could stop those powers that being. Also, um, so that's another part of how they kill off people without sending them to the gas chambers. Let's use GMO foods. Let's put this in your food. Let's put this in your soda pop. Let's all the chemicals you ingest. Um, McDonald's. I won't lie, I'll go and have fries once in a while. Like, I'm not perfect. I Where I live, there's just not much to eat, and it's cold out. You can't grow a garden, so you have to, like, you see the resources, and you're just like, oh man. Sometimes you have to go to Walmart. Now tell yourself you're not gonna go to hell by using Walmart. No worries. Don't worry. Also, um, going with this book and using all the races it sounds appealing to everybody. I'm not trying to sound. Well, that's great. If we can all get along, that's great. That's awesome. But one country cannot hold 600 million foreigners. I'm sorry, we can't. We don't have the money to do that. That's why I fear they're gonna really push everybody more up into Canada as well. Because, yeah. Ooh. Right now I'm visualizing the future with this caravan stuff. And it's not looking good, and I think it's why I'm wanting to read this book again. Both of these books. The first one, Rule by Secrecy, you kind of can just pick out chapters and read, oh, let's talk about this one, and pick out something. Rise of the Fourth Reich, you kind of have to start from the beginning a little bit to connect dots and everything. And but yeah, so that was the main thing. The Fourth Reich, they want to include all races, but again, they want to invert that, and it's not. They want to invert it where they use all races to manipulate them and control them, where it's not a world where we're all getting along. They want to make it sound and paint the image like we're getting along, but they want mass division inside the communities. They want trouble, they want division, they want control, and the more division the races put on each other, the more power that gives the elite, the Illuminati, the Bilderberg, those types of elite. Hollywood in their movies that they push with the the downtrodden and everything, and how they mask like you can take they'll make a movie about the hood or something, and they'll make it sound like everybody in the hood is like that, when it's like, no, not everybody in the hood is like that. I know, yeah, a big percent, but not everybody. So it makes everybody now looking like the bad apples and things like that. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. I just want to do a quick introduction of those two books. The Rise of the Fourth Reich by Jim Marrs and Rule by Secrecy by Jim Marrs. Great books. God bless. Have a good night.